how you get the name Auntie.
Yeah, that's how you got the name.
That's true.
When they proposed the name Ritch Auntie, I'm gonna tell you, I was like, I ain't nobody fucking auntie. I got my nieces and nephews, but I don't want to be nobody auntie. But at the end of the day, if you think about the younger women that surround you, that you've mentored,
I believe that. Through God, I really believe that.
Trina, what's up, girl?
What's going on?
It's the Ritch Auntie podcast this Sunday.
Yes, we are back live and in person. Thank you, Lord, for allowing us to see another day. We back.
Amen. I agree with that. So what's been going on this week?
Oh, man, I had my tooth pulled. That's been
Oh, you was talking about that last week.
Yeah,
so you went ahead
I went ahead and got that done.
How you feeling?
I feel pretty good. The first day I got it done, I definitely was knocked out, anesthesia. But ever since I had it done, though, it seems like I've gone back into menopause. I was kind of out of menopause. I was kind of seriously, I was kind of out of menopause.
I was out of menopause.
But ever since I had that, Dell said, I promise you, it seemed like I just get hot so fast. Like again, it's like I feel like it's coming back. So I wonder, does anesthesia, always like going under, does it make you like go into menopause? I mean, does it?
I've never been under anesthesia.
Really? Never. You've never been under anesthesia. You never had
Scared,
surgery or
girl.
anything before?
No, I want to get some damn surgery, but I'm too scared.
Oh wow.
Shoot.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah, never had nothing.
I'm really curious though as to if that affects, because somebody told me.
All right, y'all. Let Trina know if
let me know
anesthesia
if that
affects your internal clock.
Yes, I'm gonna ask my client.
You feel like your hormones are out of whack.
Yes, I do. I really feel like my hormones are out of whack.
When did you start taking them? Because you guys, you and Robert are doing the cleanse.
Yes,
do you think that has anything to do with it?
No, because I didn't start on that until I had my tooth pulled on Tuesday. I didn't start on that until Wednesday.
Okay.
So no.
So it can't be that. Okay.
I don't think now. I mean, because that's a good point.
Yeah, because it could be the vitamins change. You know, because it's supposed to be cleansing you and cleaning you out. It might contribute something to it. For real.
Well, I know I feel good. I know I have been on them since we started on Wednesday, and today is Sunday. So
y'all got on my damn nerves this morning.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
They called me early this damn morning, y'all.
Like,
with a whole bunch of energy. I was like, what is going on?
What y'all do? We went to the concert last night. We went to see Peebo Bryson.
How was that?
That was really good.
Okay.
You know, Peebo Bryson has a 5-year-old son.
Ain't he old?
He is like 71 or 72.
You better stop. Peebo Bryson, what have you been doing out there?
Peebo Bryson has a 5-year-old son, and he's teaching his son, really, he's teaching him the business because he had him on stage last night.
I seen that in the picture. I seen you posted something on social media, so I did see the little boy. That was his son.
Yes.
Wow.
Robert said that his wife is a young lady.
So that's probably why.
So maybe he.
Hey, ain't
but
hating.
He look good though. I know, right?
How you feel about that? When a man has a younger lady, it's really what do you call an older man that like younger women? An OG?
Exactly, because what they want
they call us cougars and mountain lions after 15, after 10.
Lions.
Well, heck, I was told, this is what I was told, that if it's 10-year difference, you a cougar. Mm-hmm. Anything after 10 years, you a mountain lion. I don't know. Is that what they call it, y'all? Because I don't know.
I've never heard about the mountain lion, but okay, so what do we call a man?
What do you call an old man? An old geezer? A pervert.
Don't let it be too old. Because if he's too old,
he's just a pervert.
Sit your old down somewhere. That's exactly what he's doing.
But you know, it's funny that there's no name. Hey guys, if there's a name for older men that date younger women, maybe it's old unk.
What they call, of course, you know they call sugar daddies. You know, if you're an older man,
maybe that's
but you gotta
what it
have
is.
some money now, because all them jokers ain't got money. All of them don't have money. All of y'all don't have money. Some of them, all the older men, just because they're old and they come up across a nice young lady. Well, I guess that's not true, because ain't no young woman want no man if he ain't got no money.
There you go. You gotta have some funds in your pocket.
True. That's true.
Come on now.
Yeah, I'm gonna retract that statement. Yeah.
You got to take them words back.
Definitely a sugar daddy. You got that name for a reason. They earned that name
just
for a reason.
I don't know, but it's funny how women got a label as a cougar.
I know.
All right now.
We are. And mountain lion.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know about y'all. Correct me if the mountain lion thing ain't true, but that's what I heard.
Well, it worked. It's working for him. And I don't know. Have you heard about this lady who's supposed to be like a woman over here in Atlanta? She's like a workout guru. Like she's 71 years old, I think. She has like a studio over here on Butner Road.
No.
Yeah, my client was telling me about her. I wish I had written her name down, but she's
I'd
a
like to see
black
that.
lady. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can put it up in my phone. But she's supposedly a black lady that has a studio workout, and she says she started working out when she was 40. She started working out when she was 40 years old, and she has a studio over here on Buckner Road. That's over here, right?
Yeah, Butler's
Road.
down the street.
Yeah, so she has a studio over here. So I thought that was really interesting, talking about, cougars and mountain lion. There's a lot of older women that are
out,
looking really, really good.
When
now,
I was in
taking care of
Gold's Gym
themselves.
in Baltimore, I want to say Miss Ernestine is her name. She was in the gym and she started working out in her 50s and she's 80 something.
Yeah.
I'm going to say she's 80 something, 81 maybe, 80, 81. Looks amazing.
It's important.
And I think when your body looks youthful, your face and your mind is
yes,
still youthful too.
yes.
That's like,
And stretching is good too. I don't know if you have you started like getting into stretch because you work out regularly.
I work out, yeah. I stretch
but
before
stretching is so
and after.
important. If you guys are out here listening and you're past your 50s, start stretching. It matters so much.
Does.
Just a little stretching every day means so much to your body. Just standing up and holding your hands up
or do
and
Pilates.
stretching down.
Pilates is good. It's like it's a lot of stretching and
yes. Simple things,
simple
because what
things that you can
happens
do.
is that as women or as we mature, I like to say the word mature. I don't like to say old. As we mature, I think we become, once we retire, if we don't really have a life or all we're used to doing is going to work and basically taking care of our families, once we retire, we're at home, still just around the house,
Right.
Taking care of your family if you have someone that you have to take care of, if you have a husband that's retired. And so we get away from, working out and moving around as much. It's easy to go sit on the couch and watch TV or go get in the bed and watch your favorite movie on Lifetime. And you don't realize that over the years, over the months, and over the weeks that you're not using those muscles. And they start to tense up on you. And I remember when I was growing up, I used to hear my mom getting up in the mornings and she would be like, and I would think, oh my God, it doesn't take all that. But now I'm getting up and I'm like,
Miss Bev, she talking about you.
Yeah, really though, Ma, I get it because now I'm getting up and I see, so it's important.
And you can stretch while you're in the bed.
Yes.
Really, before you even get out the bed. You can
Mm-hmm.
stretch your legs, stretch your arms, neck, back.
Yes.
You can do all of that in the bed before you actually get out the bed. But Pilates is a good way to keep your balance. And to a lot of stretching for your muscles, activate your muscles and stuff. So Pilates is a good form of doing that. Yoga too. Yoga's good as well. So, 10, 15 minutes a day, that's all you need, really.
I'm trying to look at the camera because everybody always say, you guys look at each other all the time.
Oh, well, sure, because we sitting next to each other, so it's out of habit.
I tell. So I try to, we always say our favorite phrase is what?
We're building the plane as we fly it. So just bear with us as we build the plane. So anyway, so let's get into Auntie House.
I had like you looking at my side, I really don't.
Ain't nobody thinking about you. So anyway, let's get to Auntie House.
Okay.
What we talking about today at Auntie's house?
Well, let's talk about our segment. Let's touch on that last week. You said
Oh
that you
my
had some
God!
people
When
hit
I
you up
tell
in your
y'all,
DM.
oh my God, I had people hitting my
This
DM.
is at Auntie's house, guys, where anything goes. So,
Right.
This might be the part where you might want to get up and go get you some coffee or get you something to drink, if you want to hear this part.
A snack or whatever. But no, I wanted to bring up last week, we talked about the vajayjay. And we talked about, women being, keeping it fresh, making sure that they're going to the doctors, having their yearly pap smears. And if you smell something wrong, that means something wrong. So I had a lot of men hitting me up in my DMs. And some people had commented that a lot of women do not keep themselves fresh. And I was like, are we really doing this, ladies? Are we really not keeping our kitty cats fresh? Trina? Is that what
Well,
we
you know
Come
what?
on now. Does that come with age?
Oh my God, coming with age, it should be wisdom, and you
But
don't
I'm
mess
saying,
around
does
like that
taking
with-
care of your cootie cat come with age? As you
well,
mature, then you learn how to take care of it better.
I
Because they
think
got
it's- I
all this
think-
stuff
I don't
out here
know.
that can help
When
you.
you say it would come from like upbringing, like your upbringing, like your mom, your auntie, somebody teaching you about. I mean, I remember growing up, and we've gotten away from it now. But I remember growing up, they had the douche bags, and they would have the bags that would hang up, and you would go into the bathroom, and they would have the bags that would hang up, and they were like a little white little little bag, little plastic thing, and women use that to clean them, flush themselves, and clean themselves.
Yeah, you talking about
back
the
in the
douche
day.
bags they used to call back in the day.
I remember that, and then
The pink
I know
bags
then
behind your door.
Yeah, so right, so
But
then
you know what
have,
they say douching. I don't know. My gynecologist is Jamaican, and she
Yeah, you're
says
not supposed to
douching
do that.
is
Yeah,
not good
that's what I was going to say.
because it knocks your pH off too.
Exactly.
But at least wash. They have feminine wash now that you can
Yes,
use. But I
yes.
really think what I had to tell one guy was that what y'all don't understand is that women, it's not that we're not washing, it's that you're having sex with, you could have sex with various different men. It could be that the
Yes.
woman is with one guy and that man is sleeping with a whole bunch of women and then coming and sleeping with her. That causes a woman to have an infection. So before you start pointing the finger at a woman and saying, oh, her vagina not clean or she's not clean, you have to look at yourself like, what are you bringing to her?
And another thing too, because I kind of did a little research on that, and another thing that I found out is like it's also your diet, and what you put inside your body. And I read
that
a
makes
very
sense.
interesting article about a young lady, and what she said is that all of her life, most of her life, she had a body odor from her her vagina. She had a body odor, and she said that everywhere she went into the dressing rooms, every time she would take her clothes off, that smell, it would be a smell there. But what she found out was it was her pH levels, as we talked about, were off, but they were due to different bacterias that had come inside her body. And that's something else I think that we have to be aware of, like in the foods that we eat.
Probably processed foods
exactly.
that could create
There's
yeast and
yes,
all
that
kinds
kind of stuff.
Wow,
Beer,
I didn't think
all
about
that kind of
that.
stuff. It matters, and it
Oh.
throws, and it's also true in what you're saying too with different partners, sex partners and stuff. That matters too, because of all sex. If you're not clean, it's gonna bring a bacteria.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And men are
So-
outer, so it's like you're coming inner from
Yes.
outer.
Yes.
And then guys, don't hate me for this, but y'all ain't the cleanest mother suckers either. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all don't know how to clean yourselves. And
wanna talk about-
uncircumcised
You
men.
said we couldn't even talk about that. Just wait. It's coming.
And even uncircumcised men, you know what I'm saying? They bring bacteria. I mean, I'm not knocking
That's
if
true.
that's what you like, and
That's
that,
true. Because that's
it doesn't
exactly
matter to
what
you. But I
throws
know
it
for
off
me
for a
personally,
woman.
I can't do it.
I can't either. But I think that if you are a woman and you are in tune to your body, I think that it's important that you get your exams, get your physical exam, your preventative, follow-up appointments with your doctors. Go and have your pap smears, because it could also be underlying illnesses. There are illnesses too.
Yeah.
So you just never know.
Yeah, you never
It's
think
just
about that.
important to stay on top of yourself when you get a certain
So guys,
age.
give us a break. Give the women a break. I mean, it could be you out here sleeping with multiple women. You coming to her, and then you mad when her JJ stink. Like, seriously, check yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror, because ain't nobody.
Don't have me over here going back and forth with my head like I'm on Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to bring that up because I thought that was important to touch base, because a lot of people were DMing me. And let me just say one other thing, because I got a couple DMs
Okay.
that really, dudes, I ain't interested in your little dick pics.
Ooh.
Sending me stuff to my DMs, not interested.
Ooh.
So please stop it.
But you
And
know
then
that's like
if I got to do
2023.
like this on the picture to make it bigger, come on,
Ooh.
stop it. Y'all stop that.
Stop it. Stop it.
Why are
with
y'all
the
doing
Peter
that?
Paws.
Are you getting any DMs?
No, and I'm glad. But no one can be my friend unless I know
Maybe
him.
because
So,
your butt
yeah,
said
exactly. I
I'm
don't-
single on there,
Yeah.
and then everybody. Okay.
Oh yeah, well probably so.
yeah.
Okay, guys. Okay, that just because
I am
she's
single, but that don't
does
mean
not
I want to
mean
see
she's
your little.
exactly. Exactly.
When it's this
If we're-
size too, come on now.
And if
Stop
you're gonna
it.
be a rich uncle, then you have to step to a rich auntie with a little bit more wisdom than that, a little bit more tact
a
about
little bit
yourself.
damn class.
Yes,
Like at the end of the
exactly.
day, I'm not interested. Thank you, but no thank you.
But it's 2023, and that's what they do now. Send that kind of stuff.
Oh, I've
across the
had
internet,
I've
so
had people call me from
they
Instagram
probably
and
think-
be flashing themselves, and I'm like,
Yeah,
really?
they probably think that that's okay.
Boo boo.
but
If I
it's
got
not.
make that in, you know how you make the screen. Look,
Yes.
Karina. If I got to be doing this, boy, stop. Come on.
Ooh,
I'm letting you
that's
know.
it.
Don't send it to nobody else.
Don't do it.
This your rich auntie telling you, don't send
It's
that
over.
to nobody
That's
else.
it.
That's
That's
a damn shame.
Just
All
stop.
right, I just wanted to say that because I thought that
Oh,
was
now they want to
crazy.
hit you up and say, "Don't be shouting."
Now my phone ring. Let me flip it
I
on
know,
upside
right,
down.
right.
But
It's okay, guys. It's okay. But you know what I want us to do? I want us to do the what's the name challenge with the knees. Cause knee hands on your knees, go down like that.
no, we're not doing that, Trina.
I want to do it, guys. Come
Okay,
on.
well, you'll do it in case I
She-
don't film you, and we're gonna post that,
You're
y'all.
not gonna do
That's
it.
gonna
You
be
don't wanna do
no.
it. That's what rich aunties. I mean, because
No, that's not what rich aunties
right? Which kind of showing
no,
that
no,
you
no.
can bend your knees. I mean,
No,
come on.
we gon- let-
What?
we're not
But
doing
can you
that.
do it though?
I probably could, cause I do work out.
She said she
I
probably
squat.
could. So
I squat.
Well, I'm
so I
trying
know.
to challenge her, guys, to do
No,
this.
I'm
She
not doing
doesn't-
it, guys. She's not challenging me today.
Well, I'm gonna
Anyways.
do it. I'm gonna do it.
But anyways, so I just wanted to bring that up. But let's get to something serious now. Let's talk
Okay.
about some serious stuff out in
Let's
this.
talk about some serious stuff.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on in our communities that we need to be aware of. And gun violence is one.
One, definitely.
Black on black crime. It's
Definitely.
crazy.
It's getting out of control.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Black on black crimes. I was looking at the news this morning, Robert and I, and they were talking about the youth in Atlanta and gun violence. There, you were mentioning something about the little boy and the that they had.
Yeah, Atlantic
recently.
Station not too long ago. Remember they
Yeah.
thought it was like a mass shooting, but it was a little boy. I think he was like between the age of 10 and 12, pulled out a gun and shot somebody else. Young boy.
But it's
So-
like they allow us. I mean, Kemp, the governor says that it's okay. The law, you can carry guns, right? They say you can as long
Yeah,
as
but
you
not
get,
a
if you have-
12-year-old.
Yeah, but I'm saying
You're saying adults can carry
right,
guns.
adults
Right,
can
right.
So if an adult has a gun, have access to a gun, and an adult is not a responsible adult, then you have a child. And nowadays, you have children that are 12 years and young. Starting at 12, I'm going to say starting at 12, sometimes even younger now,
Yeah.
surprisingly. But are into guns and drugs and
Yeah.
sex, and surprisingly.
Gangs. I mean, we got a lot of that is gang violence
Oh,
too.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to,
Yes.
Atlanta has some gang violence too. We got to think about that and bring that up as well because, when you think, how does a 12-year-old get his hands on a gun? Like, where are you getting it from?
Because that's what I was saying, the parents, if you have an irresponsible parent and you got some uncles out here, people out here that say, hey, take this gun because of the environment that they live in.
Right.
So this child has grew up from, like in the story with Lil Baby, he started
Yeah.
when he was really young, and that's how he got that name, because he was around adults. So this child was around adults all his life, and he learns.
Right.
That's his environment.
Yeah.
So he has to get a gun. But you get this gun and you go out and step
so
outside
they feel
of your
threatened.
Yes, you feel, of course.
Yeah.
And not only that, but you got to portray yourself again, because you're stepping outside of this image where you
Right.
are, where you got to have it. Now you're coming into the real world. So that same image you bring into the real world, you wearing your gun, you carrying your gun, but it's somebody out there just as big as you.
Right.
And now we got black on black violence. You got gun violence because you got another child out here that's coming out, and he's not. In case in point with the little boy over in Gwinnett, I think you guys, it was on the news about a week or two ago, and the little boy's father was on the news, and he was saying that he was running in back of his son. His son came in with a BB gun. It was was something with a BB gun. It was something with BB gun challenge,
Okay.
and I think they were shooting BB guns or something. Well, anyway, the little boy came in, got a BB gun, and went back out the house and said the man said he went behind his son. His son was young,
what are you
17.
doing? Yeah,
went behind his son, calling his name, and the little boy kept going. He said before he can get to his son was dead. That fast, somebody had killed him. That fast, so. And it's probably because, like what we're saying, you're at home and you're in this environment, and you go to school, you're in a totally different environment, but you got to portray that same image that you have at home when you go to school. And you got some kids out here that, that are being raised, and I don't want to say whether you are raised a right way or a wrong way in life, because I guess children only know what they're taught. As a parent, there's no perfect parenting book out here.
No,
but you
not.
have this child that's being taught how to respect people and be kind to people, versus a child that's being taught, you got to fend for yourself, carry this gun. Shoot them if they come after you. So when he get in school, he's bringing that same demeanor to school around kids that are being taught a certain way. But the kid that's being taught a certain way, he's not going to let you punk him either. Because now it's all about image in school. Kids are so controlling, they're so mean, cruel
they
in
are
school,
cruel.
So it's all about, your image now because of 2023 social media, what they're putting out here. It's gotten so bad. I think that I think they said that the statistics in Atlanta was like 1,672 children under 17 died I think that was the statistics for 2020. 1,672 children died due to gun violence under the age of 17.
Under the age of 17.
Under the age of 17.
Wow. I think too is that we have to think and consider, these young boys are coming from, and I'm not against single family households, but if you think about it, a mother, like, women are so emotional, and I think we're raising emotional boys. You know what I'm saying? Boys that don't, and I only say that from my own perspective and watching, I was married when I had Kason and Sean. I was young. I was only 18, got married, had Kason and Sean, but they were raised by their father, so that I think that they were less emotional than Zaul. Zaul was primarily raised by me. Sam and I separated. I think Zaul was probably like 7. And I see Zaul's a little bit more emotional than Kason and Sean. You can see, and I think it comes from the mother. We mother our boys. And, we're just motherly and nurturing. And I think boys are becoming sensitive, like hypersensitivity, and any little thing they snap. And you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's what I think. That's how I perceive it as well. And it's just so sad, because the first thing that you want to do, what happens to just pulling out your fist and fighting somebody?
I don't know.
We used to say, go out there and fight them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that probably wasn't the right thing to do either at that time. But now when you think about that time to now, the early 90s or late 90s, when my boys were,
It was definitely not
definitely
guns.
in middle school age to high school. I want to think it was definitely no guns being pulled.
No guns.
You didn't hear about it all the time. Are we wrong, Kason, in thinking that? No guns being pulled out like that. And now I think it has to do with, and even, I don't know, y'all. I feel like it's just women are raising these boys. Dads, boys need you in their lives. Like they need you to stand up and be a part of their lives. You see the difference. I see the difference in my sons. You know what I'm saying? And how they were raised. And Zaul being with me, and I was more nurturing. He's more emotional. Like you can't yell at him. You can't talk to him loud. You know what I'm saying? Because he becomes anxiety, and he gets that from me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So women, we have to, don't be overly tough, because I see some women too that are real tough and punching their sons in the chest. I did that a couple times too, to toughen them up. But at the end of the day, when a woman is raising a boy, they just becoming sensitive.
But let me ask you this: do you think that? So what you're saying is, do you think that if a boy has a male figure in their life, that is more, it helps them to be more of a man?
Yeah, more like I want to say more of an alpha male, because you got a male. Now, if your father's an alpha male, I think that it makes you alpha, because you're seeing that behavior. Now, I'm not saying that a man raising his son and the son can't be gay or be sensitive. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying some of these kids with women in single parent households and it's just women and don't have a father figure. You know what I'm saying? Moms, find some way to get these boys a man in their life, whether it's going through a nonprofit organization that mentors young boys. It's so many. Yeah, Trap has one. My friend Trap, Travis Barber, he's here in Atlanta. He mentors young boys. It's called One More Question. I mean, it's like you got to get somebody in front of them that's manly and can teach them, the challenges
Especially,
that they might face. There's a lot of challenges.
Their phases of trying to identify, with life. I think
Exactly.
those are the important years, and that's typically, normally when they're hormones and stuff. Around the ages of about 10. That's when it starts.
And we know that the male brain doesn't develop until later in life. I think between the ages of 23 and 26.
18.
Oh, 18 and 20, 18 and 26.
For a male to 26.
Yeah, so it's like that time frame, a male is developing. I mean, like he's becoming who he is, coming into who he is.
Exactly.
And that, come on, man, you got to get out
So
here.
So that woman is in
and I
his
know
life.
Women make it hard for men too. Ladies, stop making it hard for these men too, because y'all separating the men from their sons or the child support. Don't let the child support be the factor in your son's life and even in your daughter's life to have their fathers involved or mothers involved, because at the end of the day, having two parents, mom and dad, that's the best thing you can do for your child.
Yes.
Forget the money.
Yes.
Build their self-esteem, their
whether
confidence.
Whether they're in a household with you or not.
Exactly.
Just be present in their life.
Co-parenting is a beautiful thing if you can do it together.
It is.
And, child support, forget that. That's not the financial support is not as important as the mental support and emotional support that these men and women need out here.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I agree. So I don't know. That's just one thing.
It kind of makes me think about too, though. And this is kind of like it's something that's been in the news with Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade and their daughter. I think she was officially named like a girl, where her name is now on her birth certificate is
so it's like Zaya Wade then. Okay, so she changed her name officially, her gender,
Okay. Everything, it's official now. And so people were talking about that, and I was, at first I was thinking too, as a parent, because they were saying that Gabrielle Union and Dwayne, they both gave a speech, a moving speech about the
LGBTQ community.
Gave a really good speech about that, supporting that and how what they go through as a person, and just supporting them in that. And so I was thinking, everybody has been saying, why are they letting this boy, act like a girl and wanting to be a girl? And in my mind, I was thinking, the same too. Well, of course they got money, they can do what they want to do, this and that. But when I stop and think about it as a parent, I can imagine being in the house with their daughter and seeing her, have those, her have those moments. She's now a she, having those moments where, she's trying to figure out what she wants. At that time she was considered as a he, and she was feeling like a she. So, it is critical during those times for children to have the support of both parents in their lives, because whether that child, I guess, is having, when you're born as a person with these type of feelings, whether you feel like you are gay or not, you feel like you're born a man and feel like you're a woman. I don't know. I've never had that feeling. I've never experienced that to say whether that's true or not. Just like people that suffer from mental illness. Right. I can't say what goes on in their mind to know whether, they're hearing things or not. I've never experienced that. But I can say that it's a lot of it going on in society, and it has to be coming from something, for a person to feel that they're a woman, they're a man and feel like they're a woman, or they're a woman and a man and feel like they're a woman on the inside. It has to be something, really bad. And so now that they do have the LGBTQ community, and now that they do have this organization, it's allowed people like that to, be free because it is, again, 2023. And,
Well, that's just like, it's crazy that you say that, but I remember growing up when I was in Jersey, there was a family down the street from us, and they had a daughter that was born that had both sex organs. Have you ever heard of that? I think there's
I
a
think I've
name
heard
for
of
it.
it
Is it
once.
hermaphrodite?
Yeah, I
Something
think
like
so.
that. So they're born with two different sex organs, and you have to choose what the sex is going to be for your child. And I can remember her at one point, maybe they felt like her being a little girl was like the best thing because of her organs, but the girl didn't identify, like as she, got older, it was more like she was more, I guess, the maleness came out. I don't know. I don't want to sound ignorant, but I can imagine, Zaya Wade, that's probably the same thing. Like you internalize that you feel more like a woman. And even though it's not the same case, but just imagine that kids go through not only just puberty, but they have to learn how to self-identify. Am I going to be this? Do I like boys? Do I like
Yes.
girls? But as parents, how much support do you provide them? Because at the end of the day, I think 10, 11, 12, 13, that's too young for you to make a decision on whether or not you're female or male. I don't know. That's just in my opinion. Just rich auntie perspective. I'm just giving my perspective. This is Delsey's perspective. Please don't beat me up about this. But what I'm saying is that, can a child really make that decision for themselves? How do you really know if you know what I'm saying? If you gay, if you want to be a woman, if you're a boy, you know what I'm saying? At 10, 11, 12, 13.
I know.
Should it be an age cutoff? I guess this is my question. Should it be an age cutoff for kids to change their gender?
That's a very good question and a very interesting point you're making.
I don't know.
I know, really. There's something that probably Congress people probably are trying to figure out now, because it is definitely coming.
Oh,
You
it's
have a
coming.
lot
It's not.
of
We're not going to be able to
children-
stop it.
Oh my God, you have a lot of children in high school that girls are, liking girls and boys
Oh,
are liking
yeah.
boys, and it's okay. It's common. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it's definitely something to be aware of.
Right.
Like it's not becoming like it's uncommon. It has definitely become a common thing to see it.
Right. Wow.
But, again, as a parent, how do like you were saying with the child, we
How
know
much support
the
do you
child
provide?
is going through what they're going through, trying to figure it out. And again, it goes back to what we were talking about with the gun violence, and if you have a child that's dealing with something like that internally when they're young, it could develop into something
Right.
mentally, or something could be mental that causes them to, start to take on
Right.
that trait, So as a parent, we just have to be aware of our children, pay attention to our children. You have to start with them when they're young, because if you wait until they get up in age, when they get to be like those 13, those teenage years,
Right.
it's kind of hard to get them, because society at that point has pretty much taught them a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
we should have been teaching them, at the table, or should have been teaching them at night, spending time with them. But of course we have, our jobs, and we have things that we have to do. But as a parent, there is no, you can't, there's no excuse. I've learned that as a parent myself. My son is 28 years old, but as a parent, if I had to go back and look at things and do things differently, you don't have any excuse as a parent and not to raise your child, and getting them whatever they need in
Yeah.
order to succeed in life. It's just so important, whatever they need. I know I spent a lot of money with Jay. There's a lot of things that I probably could do differently if I had to go back and do it. But again, there's no perfect parenting book.
No.
But all parents, we have to work really hard to make sure that our children have a way of being successful in life. And sometimes some children just don't ever get that opportunity.
No.
They just
They
never
don't
get
make
that
it.
opportunity.
They don't make it. It's rough out here for these kids too. And parents, you got to pay attention to, what's going on in their schools. I was a working mom and in school, so I didn't get to really participate in the PTA and all that stuff because I was just raising three
Working.
kids, working. But those are the important things that you need to pay attention to. Participate in the PTA, participate in chaperoning a dance or getting to know who their friends are. Those are the things. Now, one thing I could say, my boys, I always told them, I prefer for y'all to be at my house than to be at somebody else's house. So my house was always full.
Where people always
of
came. The
all
kids
the
hung
little
out.
boys in the neighborhood because I preferred them to be at home. And I didn't mind. My house was always full of boys. All the boys was at my house. But it was okay because I could keep an eye on mine because they were right there. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that stuff. Parents, you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to their moods, their behaviors, how they act. Kids don't act the same around you as they act around their friends. You got to pay attention to that stuff and protect them as best way you can.
Yes.
Because it's a lot of stuff out here. People ain't, back in the day, you'd be worried about your kids fighting.
Yeah.
It's no fighting going on now. It's some killing going on.
Yes.
Somebody's going to pull out a gun. These kids are carrying guns in their
Yes.
backpacks.
Yes.
Some of them are part of gangs that you don't know about. I mean, you got to pay attention. Who are their friends? I mean, what are they doing? Where are you going? That kind of stuff.
Yes.
That's very, very important.
It's important.
It is important. And not only for just boys, for girls too. You know, it's funny because I would say a couple months ago, Keisha, my girlfriend Keisha, has a little girl, Haley. And, I tag along with them because Keisha got to keep an eye on Haley. So I'm like, and then Haley be like, come with my mom so I could distract Keisha. But we paying attention. Me and Keisha paying attention to everything. So those are the things you got to do. Like if they going to a basketball game, go to the basketball game. Bring your girlfriends and sit at the game. You might have to sit on the other side because they don't want you sitting next to you.
You can keep it
They don't want you sitting. Yeah, so but you want to see. They are very different around you than they are around their friends. So that is so true, Trina.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Crazy. It's a crazy world.
I know. Well, that's where we are. You want to get into girl talk?
Yeah, what's the girl talk? What are we talking about today on Girl Talk, Trina?
Oh, let's talk about Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee on she used to be on
Love and Hip Hop. Yes.
And now she's on Bad Girls Club, right? Is she on there where she's just coming in as a guest appearance or something?
I think so.
But anyway,
I don't know because I don't really watch that, but I know that she's fighting with Natalie Nunn. They're going back and forth. So I don't know what's
I didn't
up
even.
with
You know
that?
what? I just learned who this Chrisette Rock. Who is this girl? The missing tooth girl.
Christian Rock. Yeah.
Her. I didn't know that these people came from that show, Bad Girls Club. Is that the name of the show?
I think she may have been on there. I don't know because I don't really
Because
watch. But
I'm
I
like
see
wondering
that.
where all these people are coming from, and I've seen clips of Tommy and it was showing her coming into this house, and all the girls were in there. So I'm assuming it was the Bad Girls Club or something that they got. But yeah, she's in a fight. They're having a fight tonight on Zeus. I don't know if that channel. If you have Zeus, Zeus, I think that's the channel. She's gonna have a fight tonight. They're having a fight on Zeus.
So they're really like fighting, like boxing fighting?
Yeah, it's gonna be like a fight.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my. Well, at least you know what. At least they going in the ring and doing it, and they just not out here just fighting each other.
Yeah.
So it's probably like a paid program, right? That they're fighting on. Well, at least y'all bringing it to the paid program. But ladies, why though? This goes back to us talking about women supporting other women. Like, what's the fight about? Like, is it?
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know.
Like
'Cause I don't watch
disrespect
the
on
show,
some level,
but
or?
yeah, it's so funny because it's sort of like it was a movie one time and they had these men and they would put them in there and have them to fight each other, and they were fighting each other in order to get to the top of being just the biggest fighter, but they were in prison. So you fighting to do what? You're in prison.
Right.
You're not going anywhere. Exactly. So it's funny
challenge?
like with the ladies. You're right. What are you fighting about? What is it? Is it to get the ratings up possibly? Because again, we're living in 2023 where anything goes. Are you fighting really because you're really angry with each other and it's something that you can't sit down and talk about it? I don't know. Women women can be treacherous. We
Oh,
can be
yeah,
treacherous
of course
women.
we
So
can.
maybe there's something going on, some fire between them two that's been stirring, and they want to take it and put it in the ring.
Well, at least they putting it in the ring. And of course, the show probably making a profit off of them fighting. But
I'm
at the end of
sure.
the day, like you two, black women of color in a ring fighting each other. Like, is there no other way to dead the beef? Because, like, I mean, that doesn't
But
look
that's what
good.
people want, though. It's like
You know what, Trina?
This is what.
Now that you say
Yeah,
that,
this
it's
is what they
so true.
want.
Can
It
I say,
is.
let me just say this, because I think I said this to you earlier today. I was like, we got more views on a clip about somebody vagina smelling than we got
On
on
knowledge and
on
just talking
knowledge
rich
and
auntie
just
knowledge
breathing,
and wisdom.
just trying to bring the wisdom and
Yeah.
the knowledge. But we got more views on the VJJ video. The little snippet got more views than anything else.
I know. That's how it is, though. It's like that's what people want. They want to
They
sit
wanna see
about
that.
and see mess, as long as it's mess. And it's the same way with women. Women supporting each other. Like we have like I mean I have to actually ask. People, go on and subscribe, go in and subscribe, go in and support, and I
Right.
think like for me, me personally, I try to support all my people that come
Oh,
across
yeah,
my
definitely.
path. If I know you're doing something, or if you make me aware, especially if you make me aware of it, I
Right.
really try to support it. But we have so much going on. I heard so many people are doing stuff, creating their own lanes. There's just there's enough out here for everybody.
Everybody.
And my motto is at the salon, what God has for you is for you. So you don't have to compete. We as women, we shouldn't have to
Definitely
compete
not.
against each other to try to gain, whatever recognition that it is that we're looking for, because whatever God got for you is for you, and whatever roads that He opened, as long as you remain humble, as long as you keep continuing to seek Him, those doors are gonna open.
Yeah.
With or without the support, because I think you made mention of that too earlier this week. You was like, I've gotten support from strangers, a lot of support
Right.
from
A lot of
people
strangers
that I'm
hitting my
not even
DM
aware
saying,
of. Yeah, and that's
I'm
something that I think we
following,
got
I
to
like
work
it.
on. Yeah, that's definitely something. I'm so shout out to my family. Shout out to my family.
Yeah, they
seriously,
supporting.
because,
Boy,
yeah, they
that's
really
one
are
thing I
up
can
in
say. They are very
Maryland. Probably
supportive.
because y'all come from that Maryland,
Yes,
that
the
way. Shout out to the
DMV.
people in Maryland. But yeah, they have really been supporting me. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Thank you for
Yes,
all
thank
our
you.
friends that are supporting us, that have gone in and subscribed. Thank you guys so much. Because we're just here just talking Rich Auntie talk. We're just sharing with you guys what Delcy and
Right.
I normally do all the time, and that's just talk. Thank you guys for the support, the feedback that you guys have given us. Thanks so much for that, because I've had feedback from my clients, I've had feedback from my friends,
So
my
tell me, what kind of
family.
feedback are they giving you, Trina? Like what?
When I was saying look into the camera, which I keep
Okay.
trying to do, I keep
Okay.
trying. They always say, you guys, you talk to each other, so kind of look into the camera.
Gotcha.
They talk about us, feedback, kind of introducing what we're talking about for the next week.
Oh, that's a
introducing what
good,
we're
like an
talking
introduction.
about.
Well, guys, we are flying
The
this
plane while we're building it. That's what I always
exactly.
say. Exactly.
And sometimes we don't know. We're getting ideas and information from what we see during the week. So that's why we don't have a pre-agenda,
Right.
and putting stuff out there. It's a podcast, so a lot of things. We try to bring freshness and newness.
Yes.
As
our
we
perspective.
build this plane, as we flying it, but it's from our perspective. So we're not gonna have a pre-agenda. Sorry guys, it just ain't gonna happen, because we working, we busy women running
Yes.
businesses and working jobs and
Yes.
raising kids,
Yes, that's
and so
we're
it's
just
a lot
thankful
of
that
things.
we're just thankful that you guys are tuning in. Just
Exactly.
continue
Thank
to
you.
tune in. Yes, as we continue to try to get more I guess awareness. Get more people know who we are. Because as
Exactly.
we become more known, then the more we can bring more knowledge and awareness out to the people, to the masses, to let people know what's going on from a
Exactly.
small perspective, because sometimes things don't even get heard of. I mean, like I'm
No.
from Hobson City, Alabama, and I talk about Hobson City a lot because that's where I'm from, small black municipality, all black. And there's things that happen in my hometown where I'm
Yeah,
from that people
absolutely.
don't even know about. Some people don't even know about Hobson City, Alabama. They don't even know that it's a all black municipality. 20 West, less than 3 hours from here in
Wow.
Atlanta. But it's there, and we definitely moving, definitely trying to fly this plane as we're building it. But we want you guys to continue to support us as we continue
Absolutely.
to try to build this plane and try to grow a little farther. So I guess with that being said, we should probably talk about. We said we was going to mention some of the. Since this is the last month, the last day, this is Black
Yes,
History
Black History
Month.
Month.
Yeah, we're wrapping up the end of February. Next month, I'm going to be in Italy. Next
Oh, I'm
March,
jealous. I'm
yes, I'm
so see
going to
rich
be
aunties
in.
travel, y'all.
Thank you, Lord.
Italy,
Yes, yes. So
Italia.
that's
That's
gonna be
nice.
that's gonna be a good thing, and we hope to try to tap into that, guys. To kind of give you guys a kind of glimpse of Italy. Kason and Delcy, and I guess we'll try to see if we can. I mean, it's
FaceTime
technology
or something. Yeah, we'll do
2023. You're gonna see if we
something.
can get a glimpse, so you guys can kind of see what it's like in Italy. I've never been to Italy before, so it's my first time going. But yeah, Delcy and I, we just like she said, two ladies working and doing our thing, and just wanted to come together with a podcast to talk about what's going on in our lives and what's
Right.
going on out here in our little worlds. We got together and just we wanted to bring you guys some people that are out here doing some things, black
Yes,
owned
yes,
businesses that we
absolutely.
know in our world. Delcy, you said you had about how many did you have
Oh,
three?
well, first I mentioned Trap. So
Mm-hmm.
Trap, Travis Barber, he's been doing a lot of good things in the community. I think I said it on the last podcast as well,
You said
mentoring
you're gonna
young
try to get him
boys.
on,
I
right?
want to try to get him on to come on and talk. He's a public speaker. He's out in the school system, just doing a lot of wonderful things, feeding the homeless, mentoring these boys. Helping with different vocational programs to get them jobs and just things that are positive to keep these boys off the streets and going into gangs and going into prison
Okay.
really.
Okay.
So with him being an ex-felon himself, just watching him do those things, man, it's good. Trap, you're doing a good job, man. You're doing a good job. And then of course my nephew, the Good Book. My nephew wrote this book. He has a program as well that helps. It's like for student leaders, helping kids. If you got a son or daughter, elementary school age, middle school age, definitely go cop this book. And he has another book too. I can't remember the name of it that just came out a couple months ago. But it just hit. His program just hit their 7th-year anniversary. The Good Book started in Baltimore, so just doing a lot of good things in the neighborhood. He's a teacher, so that's what got him started with the boys. It's called Boys in the Good.
Boys in the
And it's
Good.
yes,
Boys in the
Boys in the
Good.
Good. So definitely copy it. It's on Amazon, y'all. Travis also has his book. Let me pull that up. Trap has his book as well, y'all. Let me just give y'all that information. But yes, a lot of things, Trina. So many good things going on in this community. We just gotta, you know, just gotta
Stay out here
stay
and
out
keep
here, be
doing what you're
positive.
doing. That's
Yes.
it. Keep doing what you're
It's called
doing.
Behind the Trap, and you can purchase it on Amazon. Very good book, y'all. I've started reading it, and I haven't been able to finish it, but it's a good book.
Beyond the
Check it
Trap.
out, Amazon. Behind the Trap. It talks about his life story,
Oh,
how
it's
he got in
behind the
prison.
trap.
Behind the
Behind the
Trap.
trap. Okay.
It just talks about his life story. A great read. If you can read it, you can read it on Kindle, download it, however you want to read it, or purchase the book. So definitely check that out. I think that's a lot of good
Yay, so we
stuff.
got some stuff going on out here. I found, I told you I was going to try to find somewhere from my hometown, somebody doing something, and I did. My homeboy, Eric Irving, he has a record studio in Hobson City, Alabama, along
Oh.
with a store, One Stop. It's called HC One Stop. That's his store, and he's a young brother over in Hobson City, Alabama. His mom and I grew up together, so he's sort of like my son. I've watched Eric grow up, but he's doing awesome things over in Hobson City, Alabama, my hometown where I come from. Um, I also have in Alpharetta, there is a cupcakery place over in Alpharetta. I don't know if anybody is in Alpharetta in that area, but if you like sweets, there's a sister that owns that. She's a black young lady that owns that store. The cupcakes are amazing. I've actually gone in there myself and gotten some cupcakes, so they were really good.
Okay.
There's also, I found this. Now this one, you and I went to Cova Food Tavern.
Oh,
That
yes,
was
the
black
African
owned.
place.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
an
good,
African
y'all.
restaurant
Check them
over
out.
in Alpharetta as well. It's really good if you're in Alpharetta. But I also found, oh yeah, and PDK Beauty Supply is also a black owned
Where's that
store
at?
over in Alpharetta off of
Okay.
Exit 7. So PDK Beauty Supply
PDK,
over in
I'ma definitely
Alpharetta is
check
a
them
black
out.
owned beauty supply store. But I found, which I thought was interesting, it was a place called House of Bash, which is a black owned wedding planner. A lady that has over in Alpharetta, and I
Oh,
could not
wow.
believe it. I was like, okay. But so I went to Instagram, and she's on Instagram as House of Bash. So if any ladies are looking to get married this summer, spring is coming up. Look her up on Instagram. She has a business wedding planning, so her work looked pretty good. And also, if you guys have your own businesses or doing things, shout us out.
shout us
Let us
out.
know
Let us
what you're
know.
doing. We'll be happy to
Let
shout
us
you
know.
out.
Definitely.
Because we just really just selected some names, just kind of went through our memory bank, places that we
Right.
visited, and
Yeah.
people that we knew that
And
were
just
doing
to talk
stuff.
about that too, Trina, even around the corner from where I live, Main Street here, College Park, historic College Park, there's a lot of black owned restaurants over there. Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop,
she has
and
a
Neil's
restaurant?
wife owned the
Where we went. What was that one? Tom, Hank, and Harry? What
no,
was it,
they
Tom
don't
did?
own that one. They
But
they
did you say
own
somebody black owned that though?
what is it? Jimmy's Chicken and Waffles? Is that what it's called? Johnny's Chicken and Waffles. Okay, so that is on Main Street. That's a black owned restaurant.
But the one we went to.
That's Tom, Dick, and Harry's.
That's black owned?
Yes,
Right,
that's
okay.
black owned
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
Y'all, the food was good, but let me just tell you about some of our places that we have to
The
say
service.
this. The service was horrible.
Yeah, it was.
And I hate to put that out there, but it was. Wasn't it horrible?
Yeah, it was horrible. But our waitress was really nice, and
yeah,
it
they
was
were just
because-
understaffed.
But you know what? Yeah, that's what it is. Because of COVID, guys, because of everything that's
Yeah.
going on with the world now, people have been making their own lanes. Nobody is working for nobody anymore.
I know.
People creating their
Dang.
own lanes, so they didn't really have much staff.
But you know
on
what?
that
We
day
didn't
we
trip
went.
because
Yeah.
when I tell you, you might have been disappointed in waiting, but once you got your food,
Yeah.
was the food hitting or what?
Yeah, the food was really
The food
good.
was hitting, y'all. Like if you
Yeah, it was good.
can, like Trina said, if you can overlook the service part, but our waitress was, what was her name? Do anybody
Tatiana,
know?
wasn't it Tatiana?
I think it was Tatiana.
Yeah.
That girl was hustling.
Yeah.
When I tell y'all she was behind the bar,
Yeah.
she was weighing tables.
Yeah, she
was
was.
bringing the food out.
She represented.
She represented. A shout out to her. Like the food was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you get, Trina?
I didn't have the chicken. What did I had the kale. There was that kale.
You had the kale salad.
It was a kale salad, and
Did you have fish and grits?
No,
No.
I don't remember. It was a kale salad and something.
She didn't remember. I had the smoked
But
wings.
the kale salad was really good though.
I had the smoked
fish. It was
turkey.
fish. It was fish.
You
or
had
something.
fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had that turkey.
That turkey leg, y'all. That turkey leg was off
Yeah, it
the
was
hook.
good.
It was good. Their greens was good. The macaroni and cheese was good. I think Kason had the French toast. That was
Yeah.
good with the
Yeah.
eggs. So go out there. I mean, all up Main Street. If you want to,
Support
really pour back
black-owned
into
businesses.
your communities, black-owned businesses. There's a lot up there. There's a barbershop up there. I don't know the name of it, but there's a barbershop.
Yeah.
There's a couple
always
different
stuff going on.
restaurants. Hattie
Yeah.
Mays is up there. Like,
Yeah.
pour into
And I
our
just thought about
communities.
my homegirl too that did our shirt. She's over there in Hudson City. She did the shirts for us when the Rich
Oh,
Auntie
the Rich Auntie
shirts. Yeah,
T-shirts.
she
Yeah,
has a
the
business
first
over
shirts
there,
that we
too.
wore. Yeah, she
Sure
did
does.
those, which
a
was
lot
nice.
of people though are finding their own lanes out here. Really, a lot of
I mean,
people
even
are really.
MJ's Locksmiths. Let me shout them out because
Yep.
they're a black-owned locksmith service. Check them out. They on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
And you could just Google if you need a locksmith. It's a black-owned business. Support
They
it.
have a
You
school
know.
too, don't they?
Yep, he just started the first locksmith school. I'm just gonna shout him out, Mike. I'm shouting you out here. So I think that's a great thing. There's a lot of black-owned businesses where we can pour our money back into, And that's what we need to be doing.
Yes.
In our own communities. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Well, you think though, because sometimes, like sometimes even us, our own people, because I said for the year of 2022, I was going to support all black businesses. And when I tell you, and I don't want to say it, but I had some of the worst experiences.
I know that's what we said
dealing with
too.
our people, and I don't know why it's hard to stay professional, and I don't know why it's hard to walk in integrity when you are a business owner. It's like people just they don't follow up. And then when they make a mistake, they don't want to fix it.
They don't want to own it.
Yes.
They don't want to own it. They don't take accountability.
Exactly.
That's the thing,
Exactly.
too. They don't take accountability. Y'all, as a business owner and you servicing your own people, take accountability.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you do something wrong, it's okay to say, I did this wrong. Let me correct it and make it right with the person. Because we're spending money at the end of the day. And sometimes it's not a little bit of money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Make it right for us.
And don't try to give me something inexpensive based on the fact that you think that I can't afford it. You want to count my money, so you want to do the job,
so what
bad
happened?
job.
I just want to know.
Well, I'm just saying, I had some work done. Remember, I had some work done at the house, and the guy came in, and I haven't been
Excuse me, y'all.
what he did, the work that he did, and I think it's only because he wanted to say, maybe it happened because your son did something, and that was just to me a poor excuse.
Oh, like a contractor.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was a contractor.
Man, I'll tell you, y'all contractors. I know, because I let me tell you, I know sometimes it be my fault because I be so busy. But some of y'all contractors, y'all want a deposit, y'all want half the money, and then you supposed to come the next day. You got an excuse as to why you can't come, why you ain't showing up. When somebody, listen, we all working hard out here, and we are trying to advance our homes, how we're living. And we're depending on you heavily for lawn service. I use a black-owned lawn service. You know what I'm saying? My contractor is black. I try to give money back to my people. The people that came and put in my countertops, it was a Mexican-owned countertop company. And when I tell you the best, I did all my countertops with them.
See?
You know why? Because exceptional customer service. When she said, I'm going to be there,
she was there.
her guy was here measuring. When they said the countertops was going to be done, they was done either before that date or on that date. See, that's the kind of service that we're expecting. Don't just think because we're the same color as you that we don't deserve the same service as a white person. And what I see, and I hate to put it out here, you treating them better than how you treating us because they're coming to your business. But just know that we're going to refer you. I'm going to refer you. If I like your service, I'm going to refer you to other people.
If you're doing a good job, I've never known anyone that has worked and done a good job and didn't get a good praise for it.
Yeah,
didn't get a good review for it. Didn't get return business for it. If you do your job the way you're supposed to do your job and you do it the right way, and be professional about it, then there's no reason for you to try to feel any kind of way, for nobody to feel any kind of way, because I'm not going to ask you for anything or expect anything
if you're not satisfied, right?
Right, of course you should be
able to say
Don't
take that personal, because I think a lot of times they take it personal, like, hey, don't take it personal. I mean, we should be able to, that just makes you a survey, someone giving their opinion of how their service was, a Google, posting something on Google saying, hey, this was great, exceptional service. That all comes back to your brand.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's important too.
That's important.
Yes.
Baby, because that's either going to make you or break you.
I know.
Don't let,
I know.
I had a situation I'm going to say like about a month and a half ago where we went to a restaurant. Now, mind y'all, this was an experience. We ordered the food. The restaurant was closing. And when I tell you, we got there to pick up the food and they closed the doors on our face. Okay.
That wasn't a black-owned restaurant, was
baby,
it?
yes, it was. It was a Jamaican restaurant, y'all. So it was like, y'all took our order. And I ain't even going to say what name it is. We took the order over the phone, and they said they was going to be closing soon. See? So we got there. They told us what time the order was going to be done. And we get there, and they basically closed the doors on our face. Like, oh, no, we closed. but you let us order our food. So immediately my friend gets on Google because he's, he owned his own business, and he started, give me your phone. Leaving a bad review. Give me your phone. Leaving a bad review. But you know what? That's right. You should have done that.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, you provided horrible service. And even, he said to the guy, are you the manager? And the guy said, yes. This is how, I don't care if my business is closing. If somebody orders food, you give them the opportunity to come and pick up their food.
Right.
That's a sale. You're foregoing a sale.
Exactly. Or at least say if you're ordering the food that we're closed.
We're closing.
By the time you get here, we'll probably be
we'll
closed.
Probably be closed. We're not taking any more orders after 9:30.
Exactly.
Like, just be professional. I think that's what they lack is professionalism.
It is.
And I'm going to tell you, and just sometimes business owners need to know how to foster and build partnerships. Like some people are just ignorant. Just because you're running a business doesn't make you smart. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes reach out to people in your community that have successful businesses and kind of partner with them and see why their businesses are successful. What are they doing for customer service? Like, those things are important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to all the Black and brown businesses out here. East Point has a lot of them, a lot of small little restaurants, Mexican restaurants, like Cuban restaurants. Like you basically, sometimes we have to prove ourselves just a little bit harder to get those customers to come back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But if the food is good and the service is good, people will
come back.
Yeah.
And that African restaurant, the food was amazing.
Yes.
I had the fried snapper.
Yeah.
Which is Corvina.
Koba Tavern.
Yes.
That was the name of
good.
it. Koba Tavern.
So definitely, before you go eat at the Fridays and the Applebee's, and there's some Applebee's and some Fridays that are Black owned too. Just do your research. Yeah, McDonald's too. Do your research. If you want to go to McDonald's, go to a McDonald's that is a Black owned
I have a homeboy too. Shout out to Bernard. I definitely came from Hobson City, Alabama, but he has McDonald's. He has a couple McDonald's that he owns.
That's
Black
what's up.
owned businessman, doing very well. He lives in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah, but doing very, very well.
Yeah.
And this is the end. Can you believe this is the end of the month? Oh
already.
My God.
Jesus, time done flew by already.
Oh my goodness.
We started our podcast. Well, it's only 28 days in February.
I know.
But we started our podcast. What day did we start?
This is like the fifth one, right, Kaysan? So we had to start the end of January, I guess?
Yeah, the end of January. Wow.
I know.
A whole month done went by, y'all.
Ooh, and the next month we're gonna be doing It's
March
Madness
yes.
and Mad Money. Is it Mad Money? We're gonna talk about finances.
We're gonna talk about finances. So we're gonna bring my son on that I feel like he's a finance guru. He set me straight a couple times. Listen, before I spend that money, I do call him up, y'all, and be like, I'm about to spend this. Should I pay this or should I do this? So he's definitely a young man that's out here owning a couple properties and proving himself as financially, financially, flipping houses they're buying and flipping houses.
Yes.
So I'm definitely gonna bring him on, and then we talked about bringing on a couple young ladies that are doing some things while you're out. I'm bringing on some girls that are in the community doing their thing. They have businesses, and these are young girls, y'all, under the age of 18.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doing big things.
We talk about how they were supported and how they got to where they are.
Yes.
And then of course,
ladies.
March Madness is basketball, so we're gonna bring on some female basketball coaches. I think that's gonna be great too.
I know.
We got a lot of stuff coming, y'all. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Like, follow, and share the Ritch Aunties podcast. Listen, y'all are out there sharing, for all of y'all being supportive. Like Trina said, just keep supporting us. I think this can grow into something extraordinary. I think that we're coming with some good information. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, Trina?
I think it's fun. I'm thankful.
It's Sunday fun
we
day.
got K-Sun. Because without K-Sun, we couldn't.
Black producer.
Yes, he's a black. Yes, we would not be able to come and do this at all. Without you open up your home, we would not be able to do this. So we're just taking tiny steps with this and just seeing where it goes. The Bible said your gift will make room for you. So let's just see where these gifts are going to take us.
Yes, deuces. That's going to end our podcast for today, y'all. Stay with us.
Have a good Sunday.
Besos y abrazos.